Hello everybody, I'm comedian Denise Scott and welcome to Denise Asks Awkward Questions with Jean Hales. My guest today is the CEO of the Sleep Health Foundation, Dr. Moira Junge. She is a guru for all the people out there, including me, who toss and turn at night. So without further ado, let's get awkward. Here's a good question from Lucy from Catherine in the Northern Territory. I'm so tired, I often let my children sleep in the bed with me. Have I damaged them for life?
No, Lucy.
Hooray!
Not at all. There's a caveat around SIDS, that babies that are young and under 12 months are at much greater risk of sudden infant death syndrome. But apart from that, and apart from also addressing the reason why the child is in the beds, maybe if they've got sleeping problems themselves or separation anxiety or they're scared of the dark, I would make sure you get those things addressed. And as long as both parties are having good sleep, then there's not really too much to be worried about for that. Personally, though, it's pretty much what you can cope with. Like I know from my point of view, you sometimes just do the path of least resistance. You're just like, oh, God, come on, get under my arm because I want to get back to sleep because I've got to work tomorrow and blah, blah, blah. But if it's interfering with Lucy or if she's got a partner as well, like sometimes it just doesn't work well because they're wriggly little worms. They're not great bed partners. And it might impinge too on the relationship with, if you've not much sex going on too with the kid in the bed. And
when our kids were little, they both had eczema, like really badly, covered in it. And we were hippies. We didn't use any cortisone, with no sort of drugs. So we had both kids in the bed with us. John would have one, I'd have the other, and we would have to stroke them. And we were wrecks, I have to say. That went on for like 4 years, I reckon. So, yeah, but we really enjoyed the kind of the good aspect of it.
Yeah, the bonding.
Was the bonding.
Yeah.
And to this day, like, my kids are adults in their 30s. They'll sit on our bed if they're around and have a cup of tea or a cup of coffee, all sitting on the bed.
Yeah, absolutely. It's sort of a nice hub, isn't it? It's like my 19-year-old came home from ANU, like she's living up in Canberra at the moment, and she got in last night. She's only here for the weekend, and she slept in the bed with me. And it was just so nice. And we talked, at one point I said, can you just go to sleep now? Because I really need to go to sleep. So I haven't damaged her for life, and she's a good sleeper. But my main concern is really for the health, the mental health and the physical health of Lucy, and you and John back 30 years ago, just being able to function better, just to get maximum sleep for both parties. And if both parties are happy, then there's not really too much to be worried about for that in terms of co-sleeping with an older child.
Rachel from Cairns in Queensland wants to know, how much sleep do you really need? I have a friend who swears he can get by on 4 hours a night. I feel bad saying that I need 8.
No, well, Rachel, be out and proud about you needing 8 hours. The truth is there's a huge amount of variation in what we need for sleep as adults. We recommend 7 to 9 hours across the 24-hour period for most adults. But it could be appropriate to have, say, 6 or up to 10, depending on who you are and your sort of health profile. The person getting 4 hours probably is getting at least 6. We're notoriously poor at estimating how much sleep we get. So sleep studies and objective things I've seen for 25 years, even myself, and I underestimated by 2 hours. Like an average would be 2 hours of underestimating what you're actually getting in terms of sleep. So at least this friend is probably getting at least 6. I wonder if it's Kevin Rudd or
Margaret Thatcher.
Margaret
Margaret Thatcher was famous for, 3 hours a night?
Yeah, and Reagan. And it's not necessarily a group I want to be part of because it's very, very clear. If you routinely get less than 6 hours or routinely get more than 11 hours, it's associated with increased risk of chronic health issues and dying younger. So it's nothing to be ashamed of needing 8 hours. But I would encourage people to not think of having to always get it in one go. think about napping as well. You can actually become a real champion super napper, like 20-minute naps here and there across the day to make up that extra half hour or so that you're not getting.
All right, that's it for today. If I'm not here and you have more questions, go to jeanhales.org.au. Bye, everybody.